We have an update on the active shooter situation at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island. Providence police say multiple people have been shot in the area of the university. They're advising residents to shelter in place or avoid the area until further notice. This is an active investigation. Brown University also says there are reports of shots fired near Governor Street, a few blocks from where the initial shooting was reported.
This is something that is never going to stop in the United States of America. No matter how many people are going to be shot and killed in cold blood, no matter how many innocent victims are going to be shot in America, they are never going to do anything about guns. Why? Because of the Benjamins. Guns associations, the NRA, National Rifle Association, has a lot of money. By the way, if they ban guns in America, what are they going to do with all the millions and millions of guns that are out there in the public? And this gun association gives a lot of money to politicians. How are they going to solve this? They are never going to solve this, and people are going to keep getting killed. Children are never going to be safe in schools, in churches, and shopping centers. This is something that is going to be, I don't know, Americans will live with this for the rest. Till this war definitely is never going to end. So this will never stop. All we will get is our thoughts and prayers are with the family. That is the only thing we will ever get from America when it comes to gun violence.
Obviously, we don't have much information on this. It's a day, it seems like one tragedy after another. We don't know what victims exist in what state.
One tragedy after another.
But this is an active shooter on campus at Brown University.
An active shooter.
Tommy, you know, it's tough to sit here and not have more information to give.
Right. Well, to me, just looking at this, it seems like a very odd time because a lot of, and I know we discussed earlier, they're still in session. They're taking their finals this upcoming week, but this is the holiday time. A lot of students, studying for finals. Also, this is a Saturday on a college campus. You wouldn't think that a Saturday on a college campus would be hustling and bustling like maybe a weekday would be. So obviously a lot more question than answer. But when you look at the motive here, it's interesting to parse this out on a Saturday on a university campus in the middle of the Christmas holiday season.
Yeah, Joe, we were just discussing mental illness, what happened here in Manhattan. Then we move over and
They keep talking about mental illness. Yes, let's say, mental illness exists. But even if we're trying to say people have mental illness, even if we say people have mental illness, but let's say there are no guns, it's hard for them to get guns. Yes, when especially people who live in the United Kingdom say, we don't have this mass shooting on campuses, on churches, on malls. They say, yeah, you have knife crime. Yeah, but imagine the effort it will take one person to kill people with a knife. And it's easy for the public to try to help to apprehend somebody with a knife rather than somebody with a gun. So there is really no comparison. If you have a knife, maybe you can kill 1 or 2 people, but if you have a gun, you can shoot from 5 to 10 to 20 people in less than 5 minutes. But with a knife, you have to really go on a rampage. And the public can actually try to intervene before the police get to the situation. But with a gun, somebody can stand 20 meters, 50 meters, 100 meters. The case of Charlie Kirk, and take out somebody. So there's really no comparison. When people try to compare this, it's just like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? You cannot compare a mass shooter with a gun and somebody who has a knife and is going around trying to slash people. And what are the chances that somebody who has been stabbed with a knife will survive with somebody who has been shot? What are the chances?
There's another active shooter on campus. The lady here in Manhattan went and bought knives in Macy's and tried to kill someone. This person obviously is using a gun. At what point do we start looking at mental health as the predominant epidemic in this country?
You see, they will do everything to go straight to the issue, which is the availability of guns. And we are talking about guns of war, weapons of war. They would jump right into mental issues. Mental issues. Instead of going straight to guns. Guns do kill people. Guns, the availability of guns. For example, if somebody has a mental issue, somebody is stressed, somebody feels like he has nothing to offer to the world. No, the world has anything to offer to them. He takes like some drugs, he drinks alcohol, and he has a gun in the house. And he's probably watching a video game. He's probably watching YouTube. What do you think will happen? But let's take another situation. Somebody is mentally sick. They drink, they take drugs, they blah, blah, blah. They have a knife, they pick a knife, they go out. Actually, somebody can see them with a knife. And you can actually approach somebody with a knife. You can defend yourself if you see them coming. But compare that with a mental ill person with a gun. You have to run. Because all he needs to do is point at you and pull the trigger. So Americans, you guys are not doing any favor to yourselves by always pointing at mental issues instead of saying guns. Guns, the availability of guns to everyone without appropriate background checks. That is the issue.
To the lives of Americans in this country. And I think that, you know, with all the billions that we spend in terms of our budgets, that we really need to be laser focused on not just throwing money at the problem, making sure it's allocated to the proper places and to the.
But what is the problem? What is the problem?
Biggest risks as far as people that absolutely should be in the institutions and should be nowhere on the street taking out students right there in Providence at Brown University, or a woman who stabs another woman from behind while she's changing her baby. The baby fell to the ground. Fortunately, only had limited injuries, but still, I mean.
You see the difference now. He's just actually clarify what I was saying about knife crime and gun crime. A woman is stabbed from behind while changing her baby. She doesn't die. But one mental ill person, let me go with him with the mental illness effect, grabs a gun, go out to a college campus, and 12 people are gone. So you see the difference. What he should be saying is we should try to make sure that we have as fewer guns in the hands of people who are not supposed to have guns. We should try to make sure that we push gun laws to limit the amount of guns in the hands of people. That is what they should be pushing. But you see, because guns and the National Rifle Association has a lot of money, they give money to them, people buy guns every day to Americans. And no, we who do not live in America do not really see guns as the way Americans see guns. They love guns. Tell me, why do I need 15 guns? Why do I need to buy 5 guns? Why? Why do I need an AR, what's it called, AR-47? Why do I need a rocket propelled launcher? What for? What for? But Americans, they love their guns. And you guys will live with it. You guys will have this mass. This happens on a weekly basis in the United States of America. If in America they can go through a month without a mass shooter, then they have to throw a party. Seriously. If they can go for a month without a mass shooter, they definitely need to throw a party. What should they do? I don't know. I do not live in America. Let me see. There is let's see. They say the person has been
was taken into custody. A source telling ABC News that was based on a tip that was called into law enforcement. So that person
was based
now in custody. custody, and then they lifted the shelter in place. Many of the students, the people living in this community and the areas surrounding Brown University have been essentially on lockdown, told to stay inside, lock their doors for the entire night. So now that shelter in place has been lifted, we're also getting an update on the status of the victims. 9 total. 7 people are still in stable condition at the hospital.
9 people killed. And the guy we just listened to on Fox News is not calling it as it is supposed to be. Guns kill people. People with mental illness will not go out and kill 9 people if they do not have guns. So guns, availability of guns to everyone is the problem. Yes, people are sick. But if people are sick and they do not have guns that can kill 9 people in the space of 10 minutes, then you guys will not be having this issue. Alan, easy. This guy is a striker. Arsenal, keep watching. So you guys should just...
One critical, one was discharged from the hospital. Of course, 2 students were also shot and killed in this mass shooting. Let's bring in our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katursky. Aaron,
can you just imagine parents in America? Can you imagine? Can you imagine what how their minds are when they see things like this happening? And you have your kids in university, and you have your kids in campuses which are maybe 100 kilometers away from you. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how traumatic this is? But will they ever find a solution to these mass shootings? Will they, with all the guns that are available to everybody, even their psychologically disturbed, sick people have guns. Sick people can go to the shop and buy guns. Young people in America cannot buy alcohol at a certain age, but they can buy gun. Make that make sense to me. They tell you cannot buy alcohol, but you can go to a gun shop and buy guns. Make that make sense to us who are not living in America.
University and Ref, I understand that you were in the building or nearby as you heard the shots ring out.
Yeah. The shots rang out behind me.
Behind him.
So I was in Barrison Hawley, the physics and engineering building. And yeah, it happened all behind me.
Wow.
What did you hear? What did you see? And what was going through your mind at the time?
Yeah, so what happened is I had just had a meeting with my satellite team, the T-Rex team, and I was heading down. So we have a physics office on the first floor of Barrison Hawley. So I left the first floor office, and there's a step of stairs that connects the old part of Barrison Hawley to the new part. The old part is the physics part, the new part is the engineering.
Imagine these students. Imagine these students. Imagine the trauma. I guess these guys are used to this. I guess they are used to. I guess they know the drill. They know when they hear the pop sound, they know what to do. Because if these students are not used to this, then some of them will never go back to the campus. But they are used to.
So I'm walking down these steps of stairs. I'm about to head to the diner, this diner, the Ratty. And when I'm on the second or third step of the staircase, I hear this pop, 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 like punctuated, like pop sounds. Like 6 or 7 of them ring out behind me. And I've never heard anything like that in my life.
Are you sure? So you've never been in a gun range? Because most Americans, they go to the gun range every weekend. July 4th, bank holidays, they go to the gun range. So have you? Are you sure? Are you sure?
So the first...
Did you instantly know that it was gunfire, or you thought maybe it was something else?
No, I thought, okay, you have no idea that, this thing is real in the moment, right? There's no kind of fact check in real life. I glanced behind me very quickly, and the lobby of Barrison Hawley was empty, or so it seemed. So I thought, okay, maybe I'm tripping. In front of me, the ERC, the commons area of Barrison Hawley is full with about 100 students. Everyone is prepping for final exams, final projects. So I'm thinking in that split second, okay, maybe I misheard something. And then it just rings out like pop, pop, pop again. And then I don't look back. I just run as fast as I can. And in the moment when I start to run, people in the lobby, people in the common area, at first, like people start taking off their headphones. People are initially confused. At the moment I start running, there's 5 or 6 others running at the same time, and then there's just massive, like, there's nobody says anything. There's no
Was it
kind
a
of
chaotic scene? People rushing to the doors? Describe what that was like.
Of course, what do you expect? It's going to be chaotic. People are going to be rushing. Come on.
yeah.
Describe those moments.
So
People are going to be rushing. It's definitely going to be it's definitely going to be chaotic. Imagine hearing that pop 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 pop.
kids trying to rush.
Yeah? Imagine hearing that pop 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 pop. And all of a sudden, it dawned on you that there is a mass shooter on campus. Yo. I guess, as I said, these students are used to this because they know the drill. They teach them the drill from like preschool. When you hear the pop pop sound, you know what to do. It's almost like in Japan, where they teach kindergarten. They teach you what to do when there is an earthquake. When you hear the warning sound. Same with America. They teach them the drill. They know what to do when they hear pop 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 pop. But to be honest, these people, I guess you guys just have to live with it. Because there's no way that they are going to ban guns. There's no way Congress is ever going to pass any laws to restrict guns. They are never going to have universal background check for people to buy guns. They are never going to cap the age for American citizens to buy guns. So you guys, you will have to live with that. Let me know what you think, guys. Let me know. By the way, I'm back on YouTube again. I've been away on YouTube because, YouTube is frustrating. The other day I saw YouTube send me a message saying I've been on YouTube for 10 years. And in that 10 years, I haven't seen a dime. But as I say, some people have to stay on YouTube for as long as they can if they really want to be able to make something out of YouTube. We are all here to make money. Nobody's here to spend time, make videos, and don't get rewarded. So I will never stop. But by the way, my first thing is to see if I can get to 100,000 sub. If I get that silver plaque, I'll take it and I'll wear it as a badge of honor. Anyway, see you guys. Stay safe. Americans, what can we say? It's your culture. It's your country. You decide. Peace out.